Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Charles the Church 3. You can call me Charles, and today, we're bringing back some more educational Pokemon Unite content with the recent patch from the mobile release. There has been a lot of changes to the game, and so there's been a lot of item changes. There's been a lot of buffs. There's been a lot of nerfs, and so today I'm going to be talking about one of the best champion, best Pokemons right now. I think that's Venusaur, and I'm going to give you guys the best build and the best skills and what I use with the best items, as well as the held item, as well as the battle items. And I'm going to talk about where I actually like to play Venusaur, because I see a lot of people playing him a lot of different ways and in a lot of different roles. So I want to talk about a little bit about that today and give you guys the best build and the best guide on how to play Venusaur, along with some gameplay as well that I'm going to be walking you through. So this is going to be an in-depth guide of Venusaur, so you guys have all the information to be able to win your games and play Venusaur to the highest efficiency as possible. Without further ado, let's get into the video, and just be sure to like and subscribe. Comment what you want to see next. I'm going to be putting out more guides as we go along, so if you guys want to suggest something for me to make, be sure to leave it down in the comments below. Also, consider hitting the sub button and that notification bell. I release educational Pokemon Unite content daily, so you do not want to miss an upload. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the video already. Alright guys, so here we are for the Venusaur build. I want to get into a few things. First, we're going to talk about skills and the best skills that I think you should level up at the respective levels of the game. Next, we'll get into held items and battle items, and then we'll talk about a little bit about synergies. If you're thinking about taking Venusaur within a duo lane, like if you're playing with a duo partner in solo queue, or even a trio or 5-man. And I'll talk a little bit about the synergies, and then from there we'll go ahead and head on into the gameplay, and where I also like to talk about where to put Venusaur in different roles. So there's going to be timestamps in the description down below, and so you can just click ahead of whatever part you need. Okay, so let's get into the build. So for level 1, I usually take Seed Bomb. You could take Razor Leaf, but it really doesn't matter. Next, we're going to be going for level 5. So here, the old build used to be Sludge Bomb, but now since they buff Giga Drain is really overpowered now. So we're gonna go with the Giga Drain build. And then next, for level 7, we're gonna go with Petal Dance. Petal Dance Giga Drain is what you're gonna want to run pretty much 100% of the time. I was gonna say 99.99. Nah, it's 100% of the time. This build is broken, guys. So those are the skills that you're going to be running. This is the most meta skills to take, the best combination. So you'll be able to do a boatload of damage. Now let's get into the held items and the battle item. So first off, let's talk with held items. And first held item is obvious. Buddy Barrier. Buddy Barrier is just OP, just smacks. You can use it in both 5-man games, duo games, trio games, or solo queue. Buddy Barrier is going to help out. So I always take Buddy Barrier, but you can we'll talk about a little bit about the replacements of these items after we get done with the core build. So this is going to be the core build that 90% of the time you're going to want to take. You can switch it up, by certain things, but let's just get this core build over with, right? So the next item I would say is Focus Band. Focus Band is able to do a lot for Venusaur, provides a lot of defenses so that he doesn't get bursted so easily. As you guys may have known and may have felt when playing solo queue, or just playing ranked in general, and this meta right now feels really bursty. So when bursty items comes out, what is buffed, what now becomes meta essentially is going to be defense items. So when burst items come out, guys, like Razor Claw and choice specs, right, what usually happens is that everyone, just runs a nice powerful defense item, and Focus Band is a nice defensive item where it gives you special defense of plus 30. It also gives you a defense of plus 30. So when dropping on low HP, recover HP loss each second for 3 seconds. And it's a 90-second cooldown. And so when you have it at level 1, you get an 8% HP loss. Level 10, it's 11% HP loss. And then at item level 20, it's a 40% HP loss, which is really good. And then expanding on that defensive conversation here, Buddy Barrier, this also adds to the defensive-ness of the build because it makes Venusaur a little bit more tanky, right? With HP plus 600 HP, and then it grants a shield to you and a nearby ally Pokemon with the lowest HP when using your Unite move. 5-second duration, 30-second cooldown, and this is really good item. To be able to grant a shield to another Pokemon just by using your Unite move is incredible. Honestly, it really is, because right now the only Pokemon that's able to grant the shield to other people are Eldegoss, Blissey, and I'm pretty sure that's about it, right? Eldegoss and Blissey, and so being able to grant the shield to everyone, other than yourself, just not to everyone, it's the lowest HP ally Pokemon. That's really great. It's essential for games, right? And so at item level 1, you get 20%. Item 10, item level 10 is 30%, and at 20 item level, it's 40% of HP. So it's a really good item. I also definitely suggest that this is going to be just a quick tip, right? This is going to be the item I would suggest to max to level 30. Okay, so for the last item of the core build for held items is going to be, let's say, there's a few things you could have done here, but I really think Muscle Band. I think Muscle Band is a great core item for Venusaur right now in this patch. What Muscle Band provides is attack plus 15, attack speed plus 7.5, deal additional damage with basic attacks based on target's remaining HP. So this is really good. Just listen to that one more time, guys. Deal additional damage with basic attacks based on target's remaining HP. So 1%, 2%, 3% HP for levels 1, 10, and 20. So, you being able to deal more damage with low HP targets is just insane. It's just a great item. I'm just looking at it and it's just, God, you can use this item with just so many different champions, to that passive, just to deal additional damage with basic attacks based on a target's remaining HP. It's really great. It's a really great item to have on a lot of Pokemon. And so you may say, well, isn't it bad to run this item because Venusaur is special attack and this item is an attack item? Well, that is why, I do have, you can swap this out for, you can go special attack item Choice Specs, right? So you can play something like Choice Specs, but it's, Choice Specs is a good item, but it's just, Muscle Band is more of a consistent item, I think. And if you're a free-to-play player and you only have the 3 tokens to max your items out to level 30, this is the build I would go to. This is the go-to build for me. What I run, I have a 75% win rate in Venusaur in my master account, so this is pretty good. I'll definitely recommend playing this build. But like I said, if you want to look for different choices, if Muscle Band really isn't for you, you can easily swap it out to Choice Specs. What Choice Specs does is it gives you a special attack of plus 39. When dealing damage with a move, deal additional damage by a minimum of 40, 50, 60, 30%, 35%, 40% of your special attack stat when it hits. This extra damage only applies to one target. 8-second cooldown, not bad of a cooldown, right? And then for item level 1, 10, and 20, it's 30%, 35, and 40% special attack. So I think this is another great item from Venusaur. Um, so if you're running a build like this of Buddy Barrier, Focus Band, and Choice Specs, it's not a bad build. And so I've also been seeing people run as this build as well. So I would say if we're ranking the builds really fast before I get into the next build, right? I would say with this build is this would be number 2, but this is like it would go off of your playstyle. I think if you really want more damage and you feel like you play better with like just using this as well these other 2 items, well then you can go for it. The diversity that we have now with items is pretty awesome. Now it's just not Buddy Barrier, Focus Band, Muscle Band. You can definitely do different things. So I would rank this build number 2. The build that I showed you previously was number 1 with the double band, Buddy Barrier and double band. So the next build that I see a lot is actually going to be Rice Glasses. So Rice Glasses, special attack plus 39 further increases special attack, and item levels 1, 10, and 20 is 3%, 5%, and 7% special attack. So just getting extra damage. I'm gonna rank this build number 3. I personally don't like this build, but you know what, you do a lot of damage, so you can definitely pop off with it. And a core theme between all the builds is going to be Buddy Barrier. So those are the top 3 builds right now that I see with this skill set. All right. And so battle item, I'm always going to use Flash. People will sometimes use full heal, remove all status conditions, and become immune to hindrances for a short time. So this is good like if you're running in team play with maybe they draft like a Wrigley, or they draft like something like a Blastoise, right? Or something like just anything that provides a lot of CC, maybe like a Slowbro. This is a full heal item is going to be good for you. Jungle Venusaur, you could make an argument for Fluffy Tail, but I still would prefer Flash over Fluffy Tail. But to each their own. So if you so I would say those are the top 3 to really use, is either Eject Button, full heal, or Fluffy Tail. So to each their own. Whatever you feel better. I personally would highly suggest Eject Button overall. It's gonna give you more consistent not only chase down potential, but being able to reposition yourself in the nick of time to be able to flash over a wall, but to be able to just flash out of range of a skill shot or someone's Unite move like a Cinder's Unite. It will definitely save you a lot of health and keep you in the fight for a lot longer. I wouldn't use X Attack or any of these other ones. I don't think they're really meta for Venusaur. So last thing in this section is let's talk about synergies. Synergies that I would have from Venusaur is, honestly, I think Eldegoss is a really good synergy. To be able to buff Venusaur, constantly shield him, constantly heal him with Pollen Puff, or even if you go Leaf Nado, right, to be able to give the speed up, because the speed up between combined with Pedal Dance is gonna be fast. You're gonna be zooming around the map, right? So the next synergy I would say is you could do something like Blissey. You could also do something like Wigglytuff. Me and my wife personally like the Wigglytuff and Venusaur combination. I think it's really good, because once you get Sing in early levels, right, if Wigglytuff just sings them asleep, you get a guaranteed Razor Leaf, you get a guaranteed Seed Bomb, you get a guaranteed auto attack as well, all through that with Sing. And then it just progresses even more. So like when Wigglytuff gets their Sing off, right, now you're able to just be able to get in range for Pedal Dance, be able to get a Giga Drain off, be able to get your auto attack off, and maybe even a boosted attack off. Sing is a very powerful thing, which makes Wigglytuff really good. Next I would say like we said is Blissey. Just being able to buff and to really buff the champion, and with helping hand, and then with soft boiled or safeguard. It's really really good for Venusaur. That's pretty much the top synergies. If you're going with a lane, like if you want to get like a like a defender synergy with him, Snorlax, Blastoise, Slowbro, all those would work. Crustle would work. It's like it doesn't really take much to synergize with the Venusaur. He's pretty I say like it's pretty flexible as long as you're good at Venusaur. It's fine. But like the top synergies, I would say would have to be Eldegoss and Wigglytuff, and those are like they just outspar everyone else when it comes to like mid to late game, but even early game, they really do shine. So without further ado, that's going to be the items section, the build section, and everything like that, and as well the synergies that we talked about. So if you guys have any questions about any of this part, be sure to leave a comment down below, and I'll be able to happily answer any questions. So let's move on into the gameplay part. Alright, and just one more thing that I want to say about Venusaur before we get into the gameplay is where is he going to go? Where are you going to put this champion? So for solo queue, let's start off with that. Alright, so for solo queue, you can pretty much play this champion in top or bot lane or in jungle if you want to, and like I said with the held items, if you want to prefer Fluffy Tail, if you're in the jungle, that's fine. If you prefer full heal, in any of the respected lanes, it's fine. Understand. Well, you really shouldn't be using full heal in solo queue. It's more of like a 5-man squad. But yeah. So Fluffy Tail really and Eject Button should be like the two main ones that you should be using. But I would heavily recommend Eject Button over Fluffy Tail. 2, let's go into like duos and trios. And so duos and trios, I would honestly put Venusaur in the top lane. You could also put him in the bot lane though. I think he's fine either way. If it's a 1v1, I think if played correctly, if the Venusaur does play correctly in the top lane, you should be fine. If they do, if the enemy does 3-1, so basically like sending 3 down bot and then a 1v1 in the top lane, you should be fine if played correctly. You just have to play passive. You gotta learn how to play passive and learn how to play against matchups, right? And this also goes into 5-man category as well. Like, where do you really want Venusaur? I think Venusaur jungle is pretty good. It lets him allow his power spikes to be reached a lot more quickly. So even as a 5-man, we saw it in a couple of tournament plays on the Trovo Live tournaments. So possibly jungle, but I kind of just prefer lane Venusaur. I just feel like like with a good lane supporter or defender, Venusaur can just really hold his own in lane and really just take over the lane. Because he really is a strong laner. So because I would rather have, like, if I was doing a 5-man team, I would rather have more of like a Zorora. If we do a 1-1-3, right, we would have a Zorora in the top lane, right? You could do like Zorora or Lucario top, an attacker in the jungle like a Greninja or Cinderace, and then in the bot lane, I think Venusaur would be a great mage to have in the bot lane, to have that special attack damage, because the Cinderace or the Greninja, the jungle, is going to be providing the attack, and same thing with the Lucario or Zorora in the top lane. It's going to be providing a lot of attack damage. So and a lot of like tanky all-rounderness, bursty damage as well. So I think Venusaur in the bot lane would be very very great to have as alongside the special attackers. I think when it comes to 5-man gameplay, and I think that's kind of his home, but I could be wrong about this. So if you guys know anything else about it, or think that he should go somewhere else, or or if you guys prefer to play him in X role, let me know down in the comments below. I'll definitely love to like hear your guys' opinion on everything. And by the way, guys, I have been live streaming on trovo.live /CharlesCharge3, so come out, check me out. I'm always playing with viewers. I'm also helping people, teaching people like what they need to do in order to get to the next ranks, and so we can have a conversation about that. I do everything for free. None of it's blocked behind a paywall, so if you have questions about your champion, come ask it in my Trovo Live. If you want to climb with me, if you want me to climb with you in Trovo, just help you out and climb a little bit, and just have, and just hang out with you, come in my Trovo Live. If you guys have any questions about builds, or if you are thinking about a build or thinking about a new strategy, an off-meta strategy, and you want to run it by me and just kind of see my thoughts about it, bounce things, off of me, come into my Trovo Live to have a conversation about it. Trovo.live /CharlesCharge3. I'm trying my best to stream every day around 3 p.m. PST right now, but it kind of fluctuates on the time, so join our Discord so you stay up to date on the times I go live, so you don't miss a live stream. All right guys, let's head into the game. So here we are into the video portion, and so here I'm going to talk about how to really lane phase, and like what goes through my mind as a master player through beginning of the lane phase, through mid game, how to play the mid game, how to play the end game, and also how to play objectives, when to rotate, and when's the best time not to rotate. So I know I always stress about rotating for objectives, but hear me out, sometimes it's better to split push. So let's get into that right now, and let's see what happens. So here I'm playing with I'm playing a game, solo queue and master rank, and now I'm playing with it's me and Wrigley bot side. We have a jungle Charizard with Greninja and Mr. Mime top. We're going against another Venusaur, Lucario, Absol, Slowbro, and a Snorlax. So pretty simple here. Just challenging top out Dino. I'm not I think Wrigley got that last one, but here you just kind of be careful. Let me see. So in matches like this, when you see a Lucario Slowbro, you gotta like analyze like what kind of abilities that they do like that can kill you. Like that's what goes to my mind when we are at the loading screen. I look at like what if I'm laning against certain champions, like what abilities can really kill me, and like if this champion can kill me at all, right? Because say if this was just like a Blissey, instead of it's a Lucario Slowbro, say if it's just like a Blissey like Eldegoss, right? I feel like you could bully that a lot harder because they're more ideal focused around support, but we all know Lucario and how much damage he really does. Paired with the Slowbro, they're able to get out some good damage. So I just wanted to pause the video and just tell you like these are some of the things I'm thinking and that you guys should be thinking as well. All right, so here we're just getting some good chunk off here, and we're just looking to get CS. Boom. And if he's coming back to take free damage, we'll take it, So we're just chilling. And I just wanted to point out to you one time, really quick here, sorry for pausing the video again. It's just, as soon as you guys saw that Lucario leave here, right here. So when we see like he's getting low here, I don't chase after him. I just look to prioritize CS here. Right, I just like to prioritize CS. Don't want to chase after him. I don't want to waste time because Lucario has a dash. He also has flash up probably. He probably has focus band still, that's kicking in, so his health is getting back. So I'm better off with getting CS, just staying clear and just looking to get through this lane phase. Once we get Giga Drain and Pedal Dance, everything changes. Then you can start playing aggressive. But here, before you get Giga Drain, I would say to really try to play, somewhat passive. Don't roll over the lane. Don't roll over and say, what, you can do whatever you want here. But just be passive. Just understand that you know, they have a better opening than you do with the early levels, okay? So we'll just play it. And like I said, you know, if he's down to take free damage all day, you know, we'll just, you know, keep dishing out with the free damage. Alright. We're just chilling here. Here, I was looking at to take my jungler's crab. But you know what? He already got it. So, because that little crab would be able to get him into level 4. But hey, you know, we get this one. So, all good. Me and Wrigley get level 4 here. So now we know that Wigglytuff has hit her power spike. So not only do you want to think of enemies' power spikes, but you want to think of your own teammates' power spike. And this will help you be able to gauge when to go in and when not to go in, okay? So now you can see that we're already playing a lot more aggressive because Wigglytuff knows that she's hit her power spike, and I know that she's hit her power spike. So I play off of that, right? And this just comes with game knowledge. And you know, we're just trying to take our distance. And let me pause this right here. Let me rewind this here. I just want to show you guys I'm max ranging all my abilities. I'm doing my best to max range to just be able to. All right, so I got my epic pen out. So if you look where I'm standing, right? Let me actually get a different color for this, right? So let me see. Let's go blue. So if you look at where I'm standing compared to where they're standing, right? They're like, there's so much space from here to here. Okay. We're max ranging abilities here. So this is how you want to play Venusaur. You know, in the early game, you want to max range your abilities. And this is how you want to play a lot of attackers. When it comes to Cinders, when it comes to Greninja, you want to be able to max range your abilities and your auto attacks, okay? So this is something to point out here. We'll just keep going here. Here. Sorry about that. If you see the slide, I do my best. This is a little bit off here, but I do my best to get this circle. The circle around me, right? That's a bad circle that I drew. But I do my best to keep them just how you should have this if you're autoing. So if you're playing Greninja, if you're playing Cinders, right? How you should have this, you should have the edge of the circle here. You should have, this is where you should have the edge of the circle be on slow, bro. Okay? This edge of the circle should be on slow, bro. So that's how you want to do that, because you want to max range everything. That's how you're min-maxing. And you see that edge of the circle there. And if you just show that on there, right? We do our best to keep him out of that range of the circle. You see that? And he surfs in. You know, we're standing on our ground. And we're keeping Lucario at the edge of the circle. Even farming camps. Being at the edge of the circle, you're not a melee champ. You don't need to, you know, you don't need to be in melee range. Okay. And this shows, like, for every like fight, encounter, everything that you do, you use this little advantage, you know. You see how I instantly back up? See how I'm keeping him right outside of the circle, and then Lucario shows up. Keeping everybody outside of the circle. The more you're able to do that, the more you're able to keep people outside of your circle, the more you're able to get damage off at a safe range, at a safe distance, so that people aren't able to jump on you and kill you. Okay, this is the best way to do everything. So Absol's coming into our circle. We instantly start backing up. Alright. So this is something that you guys are going to need to learn if you play Greninja or Cinders a lot. I see a lot of Greninja Cinders players not keeping max circle, max distance of people. They're just running in and they're just trying their best, you know, to get down DPS. But if you're in melee range of somebody, you know, you're not gonna get down very much DPS. Not very much at all. Okay. So, of course, there's sometimes where it's allowed, you know, it's alright for them to be in your circle, like there with the slow bro being in my circle, you know, but we're all there, we're killing him, you know. So I'm just getting pedal dance on him, I'm just getting Giga Drain on him, you know. But yeah, just keep that circle in your mind at all times, and this is the best way to kind of help yourself train your brain to where, like, hey, you know, if they're in this circle, you know, you can't let them in, or you gotta do something to stop it. And you see how the Absol's in the circle ends up killing me really easily. Okay, boys. Alright, so we're just farming for right now. Just farming and sieging. The rules to farming and to sieging like this is if you have more people, and also if your teammates have points to score. If you don't meet these requirements, if you don't have more people, well then you shouldn't be sieging. If your teammates don't have anything to score, then you shouldn't be sieging, right? So always keep that in mind. You gotta meet those requirements before doing so. I drop a 40 bomber here. Really good. Not so bad. So now we have first dibs agenda here. Really simple gameplay. Not bad at all. So here we're just going top, doing our best to score. Our teammates have scores. Teammates have points. We have our team here. We have numbers advantage. So we're doing our best to let our teammates score. And we're here for the road time as well. Theoretically, one of us could have stayed Bob, maybe me. But I just wanted to make sure we're able to secure top goal, as well as able to be able to secure the road time, you know, and let our team push. So here our team starts pushing. Here I'm just like looking to see, because it looks like my team's sieging here. We have points, we do have people. I do have my ulti up, so you know, if they really want to like push, you know, I'm down. You know, sometimes it's not necessarily, may not be the best thing to do to the team, but it's better for your whole team to be committed to something like this, like how they were, just so, you know, we can get it done right. You know, they wanted to rock in the road top, you know, I didn't, so majority vote wins. You know, I'm gonna help them out, you know. That's most of the time. But if it's a really dumb thing, like I said, if they didn't have points, you know, to score there, then I wouldn't have been doing that. I would have picked to back off there. But because we met the requirements, yo, we have points, yo, we have our teammates here, let's do it. Okay, a little risky, but let's do it. All right, so now we just play objectives like this, you know, we just get in on it. We're just be sure to hit the B button, be sure to have advanced controls on, hit the B button, you know, being able to take that, and we just simply score, and then the opposing team surrenders, and that's pretty much it. You know, we pretty much just put on a clinic on them, right? There's nothing really much that they could do. Okay, so really, when it comes to, let me break down the beginning game, you know, just to give you guys a little recap, just so you know that everything's clear. So really what you want to do through a beginning game, just max range all your abilities, focus on mass raging, focus on CS, focus on putting damage down. If you're not able to, you know, assess the lane, right? If you're not able to put damage down, well then don't try to put damage down. Don't try to force it. You know, don't play the game the same way every single time, because you're going up against different opponents every single time with different Pokemon that in relation to each other do different things, right? Especially with the higher skill players, right? So I'm telling you, if you're an aggressive player, you gotta learn to be passive. If you're a passive player, you gotta learn to be aggressive. This is what's going to help you to able to climb, okay? And now by doing that, and also don't overchase early game. Don't overchase for kills, okay? Just want to throw that out there. That's a big tip that a lot of people tend to forget, because I think they kind of autopilot, maybe. You know, they try to chase, try to score that goal, try to greed. You know, don't do it. Next thing that I want to talk to you about is when it comes to mid game, just look to farm, look to keep your farm up, look to punish. You know, look to play around those rules of you have your teammates there, and if they have points, if they don't fulfill those requirements, then you don't want to be looking to siege, right? And also when it comes to objectives, just try to move on time. Just try to move. Be sure to try to move. That Rotom that I rotated for early, I could have stayed. I could have possibly stayed and just farmed all the bot lane. You know, so that could be a possibility there to split push. You know, so be on the lookout for those. If your team is grouping as 4 though, and they're going up to top lane, you know, most of the time they should be able to get it. You know, but what I kind of do is I analyze the situation. Is there a lot of farm bot lane to grab though? And honestly, right there, I believe there wasn't. You know, I could be wrong, and I believe I could. You know, there could have been, right, a rolled where I should have stayed. You know, but if there's not a lot of farm to grab, if we're not racing farm, if there's just a couple of poor fish right down there, then I'm not staying. I'm not staying to split push. If I don't have the points to split push, I'm not staying for that. And also, split pushing kind of depends on your champion too, right? It kind of depends. Like if you're a Zora, split push is really great. If you're Lucario, split push is really great. But with Venusaur, he kind of excels with being with his team. So you want to play to your champions, you know, strong points and its weak points. You want to be able to accommodate both of them. So that's why I ended up rotating for Rotom. So just be sure to look at the timers, be sure to look at the map, be sure to rotate, you know, when appropriately for those things. You know, when it comes to mid game, this is what you want to be thinking about. You know, thinking about objectives, thinking about sieging. You know, you want to think about how to play the battles out. All right. When it comes to end game, you know, you want to. This is where, you know, you really need to just you really need to not die. You know, that's the main part. Not overchase. Don't be overzealous. Don't be the guy who starts the Zapdos by yourself. Don't do that. Don't waste a lot of health to Zapdos, taking Zapdos. The best thing that you can always do is let your opponents take Zapdos and then come in to fight them and kill them off. Then take Zapdos. That's the best way to play it. With a lot of Pokemon, not just Venusaur, but with a lot of Pokemon. Okay. So sorry if this guide was a little bit long, but like I said, guys, I wanted to give you a very in-depth guide of Venusaur, so that you'd be able to really carry your games with him and really not carry it just because, oh, they buffed this Pokemon, you know, they buffed these items, now I'm winning. No, I want you to be able to carry it and know why you're carrying it. Or I want you to, or the games that you lose on Venusaur and you're like, man, I thought this, you know, this champion was buffed, and you know, I have the right items. But if you don't have the right strategies that you're implementing into the game, then you're going to be losing. The best items in the world You know, the maxed out items can't save you from a loss if you don't know how to rotate, if you don't know how to play lane, if you don't know how to max range your abilities. Those items won't save you from that. So your skill does. So that's why I wanted to go into this in-depth guide. If this guide has helped you at all, guys, at any part of the video, please leave a like. Please drop a comment what you want to see next. Consider subscribing and consider turning on that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. I try my best to release educational Pokemon Unite content daily. So I put a lot of effort into not only playing these games, you know, and getting good at these Pokemon, and really, you know, getting good with these certain builds that I'm trying out, you know, so I don't give you guys the wrong information. So there's a lot going into these videos. So again, guys, you know, thanks again for watching on the road to 800 subs. Thanks so much, guys. Until next time, peace out. See you on the Rift.